Peters.
Hello, my name is David Peters. I live at 112 Chauncey Avenue, New Rochelle, New York. I have in front of me something that I began last week that I'm going to continue to go through because it speaks to how the impact of reverse discrimination and some sense of entitlement really influences and affects our children's ability to be properly educated. The ability to develop an essential identity is as critical as understanding geometry and other forms of education. I want to pick up where I left off, and this is for teachers. Now, if what I have tried to sketch has any validity, it has become thoroughly clear, at least to me, that any Negro who was born in this country and undergoes the American educational system runs the risk of becoming schizophrenic. On the one hand, he is born in the shadows of the stars and stripes, as he is assured it represents a nation which has never lost a war. He pledges allegiance to that flag which guarantees liberty and justice for all. He is part of a country in which anyone who can become president and so forth. But on the other hand, he also is assured by his country and his countrymen that he has never contributed anything to civilization, that his past is nothing more than a record of humiliation gladly endured. He is assumed by the Republic that he, his father, his mother, and his ancestors were happy, shiftless, watermelon-eating darkies who loved Mr. Charlie and Miss Ann, that the value he has as a black man is proven by one thing only, his devotion to white people. If you think I'm exaggerating, examine the myths which proliferate in this country about Negroes. All this enters the child's consciousness, and this is the important part, much sooner than we as adults would like to think it does. As adults, we are easily fooled because we are so anxious to be fooled. But children are very different. Children, yet aware that it is dangerous to look too deeply at anything, look at everything. They look at each other and draw their own conclusions. They don't have the vocabulary to express what they see, and we, their elders, know how to intimidate them very easily and very soon. But a black child, looking at the world around him, though he cannot know quite as to make of it, is aware there is a reason why his mother worked so hard, why his father is always on edge. He is aware that there is some reason why. If he sits down in the front of a bus, his father or mother slaps him and drags him to the back of the bus. He is aware that there is some terrible weight on his parents' shoulders which menaces him. And it isn't long, in fact. It begins when he is in school, before he discovers the shape of his oppression. Having said that, it's very important to understand that education and creating a full human being is decided by the way in which we as adults begin to think about decisions that impact a community that is continually under the burden of oppressions throughout this country, but not only within this country, within the city of New Rochelle.
Thank you. Next is Ms. O'Keefe.